Analysis of Felix Randal. Lines 1 to 4. Felix Randal the farrier. Oh, is he dead then? My duty, all indeed, who have watched his mode of man, big bonnet and hardy handsome, pining, till time when reason rambled in it, and some fatal for disorders fleshed there all contended. Hopkins begins this piece by having his speaker, generally considered to be Hopkins himself, see introductory material, introduce the main character of the poem, Felix Randal. The reader immediately finds out that in life Felix was a farrier or a craftsman who's responsible for taking care of horses, hoofs, and shoes. The first line also contains a question as the speaker is reaching out to whoever is listening and asking if Felix Randal is dead then? The answer to his question is yes, Randal has died. The speaker's duty to Randal as his priest, see introductory material, has ended. The speaker then, addressing a large audience, asked who was Randal passed on. The speaker described Felix big, bonnet and hardy handsome, mode which has been lost. He is depicting Felix as having been made from a priest mode that imbued him with natural strength and strong looks. This mood has been lost due to the fatal four disorders that were contending in his body. This is a reference to the four humors of humorism, the system of medicine that was first created by the Greek and was popular throughout Europe up until the 19th century when modern medicine began taking its place. This system of pseudo-medicine was based around the belief that four bodily fluids were in singular control of one's well-being. It is clear that whatever plagued that variant, most likely tuberculosis, see introductory material, it was believed to be caused by all four humors being out of alignment. Line 5 to 8. Sickness broke him. Impatient, he cursed at first but mended, being anointed and all. Thou a heavenlier heart begun some months earlier, since I had our sweet reprieve and ransom tendered to him. Ah, while God raised him all road, ever he offend. Whatever this sickness was, it broke him during the days of his decline. He first cursed at his illness. He was angered by it and refused to accept it. As time passed, he was anointed or blessed, most likely by the speaker in his role as a priest, and due to this fact he was temporarily mended, but that was not God's plan. Before the speaker even came to anoint him, a heavenlier heart had decided his path months earlier. Then the speaker had tendered to him or attended him. This section of lines concludes with the speaker sighing in resignation at the power of God and asking that God forgive Felix Randal for any offense he might have ever caused. 9 to 11. This saying, the sick endears them to us, as too it endears. My tongue had taught thee comfort. Thus had quenched thy tears that touched my heart. Child Felix, poor Felix Randal. The first of the two concluding tercets, being with the speaker stating facts he has come to believe in relation to sickness and the ill. The first is that after one sees the sick, one will be endeared to them. They will engender in the visitor a feeling of love and desire to help. Additionally, it endears the sick to the visitor. A connection is born between the two. If indeed this poem is based on real life events, Hopkins is describing the real connection he felt between himself and Felix. The next line describes how the speaker's touch brought comfort to Randal in his final days and hours, and that his tears touched the speaker's heart. This set of lines concludes with the speaker mourning for Randal and lamenting his passing. He called him a child and poor Felix Randal. He feels this loss intensely and does not see Felix as a grown man who has lived his life, but as an innocent taken too soon. Lines 12 to 14. How far from then forethought of all thy more boisterous years, when thou at the random grim forge, powerful amidst fears, didst petal for the great grey horse his bright and battering sandal. The last three lines of the poem describe the happy years that the farrier did get to live. As he was dying with the speaker by his side, his more boisterous years were far from their thoughts. These years include the times in which powerful amongst other farriers Randal fattled or mended the shoes of the great grey horse. At the time of his death, no one was remembering the best of Randal, when he was the greatest and strongest of the farriers and made the sandals for the dry horse, a name for the type of horse used to pull the heaviest loads.